Welcome once again, everybody. Is Choose Your Weapon Season 5 and we are round 7, Catalunya. Not one of my favourite tracks, but since they've taken out the final chicane, it's not too bad. We are going to go straight into our lap. Of course, this championship as ever, sponsored by DMJ Vroom Room, LWR Design, D.90, our streamer and commentator, myself, WPR Hotlap, who runs the Hotlap competition and does the lap guides for this series and all the series we run at DMJ. So let's get straight into the lap. Coming up to the line, you want to be about 90 miles an hour crossing the line. Well, a lot more than 90, but before on the final apex. Now, coming down to turn 1, we are going to be looking for the marker board here on the left hand side. And I'm still on power at the moment, but I'm just going to start braking just now. I'm going to move over to the left to take a wider entry into the first corner and third. Wide entry, get on this, you can cut over that sausage, get early on the fourth for this one, keeps the car more stable. For this one, as you can see, I'm feathering the throttle, I'm waiting. I'm in that orange piece of the barrier, gets to the centre of your screen. As you can see, I'm already on full power. That's when you're going to plant the throttle and make it all the way around the corner. Run out wide if you want to, because you'll need to for the next corner. So just let the car run here. And I'm going to be braking for this one just before the, as you can see, I've just come off the throttle now, just before the bridge. I go down to second, then quickly up to third for the traction. Down to second, quickly up to third. Let's get through this one. Push when you see those, that last barrier, the Gran Turismo, on the just before the middle of your screen. That's when you're going to start accelerating to get the best out of this corner. Run out wide if you have to. Now when you come across here in the distance, you will see a darker patch. That's where I start braking for this next corner right here. As you can see, yep, off the throttle now, down to second, and you're going to let it coast in. Try to keep the speed high, mid 50s. And then get straight on the powered run out onto this curb if you need to. Up to fifth. Now for this one, it's a bit trickier because it is off camber and the car can get away from you a bit. But as you can see, I'm just coming up to the end of this curb is where I'm going to start to brake. Change down to third and cut onto the apex nicely if you can. Down to third, cut up onto here, run out over this one, no problem. Now for this one, it's very easy to get a penalty. What I am going to do is I'm not braking, I don't think, but I'll just coast up to the apex on this corner. Just lose the speed as you turn in around about mid 90s, and then you can boot it out onto the curb at the end. So just coast mid 90s, yeah, 90, get onto the curb nicely. Now this one, during qualifying, is very hard to see. But we've got a stanchion on the right hand side there. That is the brake marker. And it'll be your blue flag marker in the race, so it'll be much more visible. You're going to go all the way down to first for the tight hairpin here. 3, 2, 1. Down to first. Cut right in on this. When you feel it's safe, get on the power straight away. Cut across this one nicely. Then just feather the throttle again. Co-string most of this. Now, when you see this sausage, once you pass that sausage and once that orange barrier on the wall is more to the left of your screen, that's when you can start accelerating for this one, and hopefully you won't go out wide onto the gravel. Hold it nicely. Now this is the brand new section for this series, and what you're going to do is you're turning in before the end of this curb on the left, and you're going to try to aim for the cones and get onto the curb. So aim for the cones, get onto the curb nicely, up to fifth. And here, what I do is I change down just about here and get off the brakes before the end of the yellow piece of sausage there. And you should be able to make the final corner about 90 miles an hour. Yeah, 90. I could have done that better, but that's okay. But that will be a 146 for this lap. It's not too bad. And we'll go once as always out of car. There we go, and take us through again. So nice exit on that corner. All the way down the straight. Be careful, this will be a big overtaking point on this track because it is pretty much 2 or 3 overtaking spots only. Now, all the way. Get onto this curb nicely. Yep, up to 4th. Get onto that curb. Miss the sausage. Keeps the car stable. Wait. There's the orange barrier. Get on the power. Take it all the way to the outside if you need to. Stay left here. Once again, down to 2nd. Cut in. Up to 3rd. Keep the traction under control. Nice acceleration exit. As you can see, I'm using the Lexus once again. I'm just going to use the Lexus for the whole series. It's a great car, actually. I enjoy driving this one. Up to 5th. Here's the end of the curb here. Down to 3rd. Cut onto this. I could have cut onto that a bit more, but that's okay. Nice stable line through there, not touching the sausage. Again, just down to 4. Oh, we touch a brake. I didn't think I broke there, but a tiny wee touch of brake just keeps the car in check. Here on your right hand side, there's the post. Down to 1st. Nicely onto that. Guy on the curb on the exit. I could have cut a little bit more off that, but that's fine. And it's just trying to keep the speed high through this long right hander. Ride the curb on the way out. Use this curb as much as you can. Kept it on the red and white, so that shouldn't be a penalty race. So a little bit slidey there, that's why I missed it. And that is your Catalunya. I hope you enjoyed this race tonight. Once again, as I'm saying, brought to you by D.90, our streamer and commentator. He is amazing at what he does, he really is. DMJ Vroom Room is our main website for all our league information. Anything you need, you want to join up, all sorts, you can get started by looking there. LWR Design, our livery creator for most of the cars on the grid, if not all. The league designer himself. So if you are wanting to join the league, you have to message LWR Design. And myself, WPR Hotlap, who just does the guides and a weekly Hotlap competition. I think we're now on week 35. It's an amazing competition with over 120 entries. And this part of the competition is probably about 150 overall. But everyone gets in on it. It's great fun. Some really close battling times. So, if you want to join the leagues, you want to get in the competitions, you know where to find us. Enjoy this race.